Purposeful leadership, aligning work with a greater mission. What works well? Es bueno. Purpose-driven leadership is the foundation of true employee engagement. When team members see how their daily work connects to something bigger than themselves, it fuels their drive, commitment, and sense of belonging. It's not just about hitting targets or completing tasks. It's about knowing why those tasks matter. By connecting each individual's role to the company's broader mission, leaders create an environment where people are more invested, motivated, and willing to give their best because they see the deeper meaning behind their efforts. Purpose gives work meaning. And when leaders inspire that connection, they unlock a deeper level of engagement and fulfillment in their teams. This type of leadership goes beyond productivity. It fosters a culture where people feel part of something important, something that resonates beyond the numbers. That's what purpose-driven leadership is all about. Inspiring your team to contribute not just because they have to, but because they believe in the mission. Real-world experience. I've been fortunate to work in environments where the mission, vision, and strategic objectives were clear. There was a sense of alignment that you could feel in the air. Everyone knew what we were working toward and why it mattered. That kind of clarity changes the way teams operated. Performance soared, collaboration deepened, and people weren't just clocking in. They were showing up with purpose. I've seen firsthand how having a clear sense of direction doesn't just guide people, it ignites them. However, I've also been on the other side. In organizations where leadership failed to communicate any clear purpose or vision, teams felt lost and disconnected. I'll never forget one major restructuring where my team felt completely adrift because the leadership wasn't providing any guidance. We didn't know what we were working toward anymore. So, I did what I knew needed to be done. I gathered my team and we built our own vision and mission. We held a brainstorming session and also created short-term goals that tied into what we thought mattered most at the time. Just like that, the fog lifted. My team found their focus and energy again because now they had something to work toward that made sense to them. This experience taught me a powerful lesson. Sometimes, as a leader, you have to create clarity and purpose where there is none. You can't always wait for it to come from above. You have to ensure your team knows how their work fits into the bigger picture, even when the bigger picture seems blurry. In every role since, I've made it a point to connect individual contributions to the larger mission. I want my team to know that their work isn't just a list of tasks. It's a critical piece of something much bigger. When leaders take the time to establish a clear mission and connect every individual's work to that mission, something amazing happens. It transforms the way people see their jobs. They start to show up with purpose, with a deeper understanding of why what they're doing matters. This shared sense of purpose fuels engagement, boosts performance, and fosters a sense of belonging that keeps people invested for the long haul. What does not work so well? No es bueno. When there's no clear mission or purpose, people start to drift. They get lost in the monotony of their day-to-day tasks, unsure of why they're doing the work in the first place. Disconnection sets in, and with that comes low engagement, indifference, and even turnover. I've been in environments where leadership failed to provide any sense of direction, leaving teams to guess what matters and why. I've seen firsthand the consequences of absent or scattered leadership. People become disengaged, motivation drops, and instead of pushing toward a common goal, teams feel like they're just going through the motions. In one organization, leaders couldn't articulate why our work mattered, and it felt like we were simply putting out fires. Without clarity, everyone's just putting in time, not effort. On the flip side, when teams lack purpose, there's often resistance from those used to a more traditional task-oriented approach. I've had team members who initially struggled with a purpose-driven mindset because they were accustomed to only completing tasks, not thinking about their deeper meaning or impact. Reflecting on my journey, I can evoke emotion by sharing the relief and joy I felt when we turned uncertainty into a shared mission. It was a turning point, both for the team and for me. I want readers to feel the importance of this connection, not just as a leadership tactic, but as a fundamental human experience. The shift from uncertainty to purpose was palpable, and it gave the team and myself a sense of pride and ownership over our work. I encourage readers to take proactive steps to connect their team's work to a larger mission. Reflect on how each individual's contributions fit into the broader narrative of your organization. Create opportunities for open dialogue about purpose, and don't hesitate to redefine that purpose when necessary. Be the kind of leader who doesn't wait for direction from above, but creates clarity and vision from within. A song that truly embodies this practice is Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. The lyrics remind us that change, clarity, and purpose often start with us as leaders. When we lead with purpose and align our teams with a greater mission, we empower them to make an impact that extends far beyond their daily tasks. This concludes Chapter 8. Please proceed to Chapter 9, Curiosity as a Catalyst, Encouraging Questions to Unlock Growth.